Hi, everyone. So thank you for joining our first panel. It's called The Tribe Awakens. So I'm Lucija Reic. I'm the Startup Partnerships Manager at Infobip. And basically, they call me like the first line of defense for startups. So we are going to talk about how the tribe came to be. We are going to talk also more about the challenges that our startups are facing, and also what do they think it takes to become the best startup program. So please, everyone, give a warm welcome to our guests. Izabel Jelenic, the founder of Infobip, CTO.
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Peric, the founder of XOINK, one of our startups. And Nikola Komes, also founder of one of our startups called InsiderCX.
Thank you.
So the first question would be, you could just give us a quick intro. Nikola, we can start with you. Actually, your role in InsiderCX and what the startup is actually all about. Just in a minute or two.
Yeah, sure. So I'm the founder at InsiderCX, and we are a omni-channel customer feedback platform. So basically, in a nutshell, it's inherent to our business model that we send text messages, WhatsApp, Viber messages to customers of our clients, and that's basically how we concluded that we're a good fit for the Shift program. Currently, I'm managing everything in the company from cleaning the floor to recruiting new employees, and that's it.
Thank you. Lea, you're next.
Hi, my name is Lea. Thank you very much for invitation to be here and to present my project XOINK. That is the first educational screen time app that basically is very simple. Parents can limit time that kids spend on the phone, and kids can prolong the time simply just by answering quiz questions about the things they learn in school. My whole life, I was working in a hotel industry, and I made a switch a couple of years ago, and I'm so happy to be here and with these successful people here with inspiring stories as here he is.
And Izo, I know you already did it this morning, but could you give us...
Okay, so
I'm
Izabel, and I'm CTO and co-founder of Infobip, global cloud communication platform. We provide a way of communication how businesses can interact with their end users.
Thank you. So the first question is actually for Izo. So in 2006, when you started Infobip, could you have imagined that it would be here like in 16 years?
I would say like absolutely not. We were too busy with all of things, like Nikola said, like washing floors and drinking coffees and trying to get business running, and we didn't have even time, to think what can be done in a year or something. It was at that time it was mostly really like shorter plans. What needs to be done now, today, yesterday, the day before.
Okay, and Lea, Nikola, for you, like, is it the same, and where do you think you'll be in 16 years?
Okay, in 16 years I will be 56, so hopefully I will still be very active. But basically, I think about this a lot. What is it that I want to achieve with this, what I do now? And to be honest, it comes to real basics. In 16 years from now, I would like my kids to look back and find inspiration in my life, whatever they yes. And in the meantime, in these 16 years, living day by day with the persistence to do good things and bring ideas that I have to life. And hopefully I will be able to do this like every day, doing whatever makes me happy. And that's about it. So.
Thank you. Nikola?
Yep. I agree with Lea. In 16 years, I imagine, first of all, successfully shipping my son through college, maybe passing him the baton, and I think of Insider like a small microorganism, like an amoeba now, that will be some grown-up or maybe a toddler or teenager in 16 years. InsiderCX will be 18 in 16 years.
So no unicorn dreams for now?
Sorry?
No unicorn dreams for now, only like short...
Always included.
Yeah,
No, I like courses.
Yeah, okay.
Always included, but at the end, what matters is, do you feel a success? Because sometimes I wonder, what is a success?
Yeah.
To have time, to have money, what to accomplish. So basically, at the end, it comes to the real basics, to spend time on doing what you love.
Yeah.
And that's.
I completely agree. So, as we know, for startup, the so-called startup programs, as they call them in Silicon Valley, they are hugely beneficial because then you can focus more on building and innovating rather than spending money on necessary integrations and products that you might need. So, Isa, this question is actually for you. How did the idea behind Startup Tribe came to be?
I think it's twofold thing. One thing is that we are naturally interested because our products are actually made for a lot of companies, for a lot of startups that can have a lot of benefits by using this communication platform that we provide. This is one side of the coin. From the other side, there is also kind of way to give back to community because we were grown up here and a lot of our engineers actually created the products that we are using, and we want somehow to this community to boost so the other people have a way to pitch their ideas, to be in the contact with both other people, with investors, with mentors, so we somehow help building this community all together.
And so the next question is actually more for Lea and Nikola. What were the biggest challenges you have faced so far or are still facing? And how have programs like these and also incubators and accelerators help you with them? Or have they?
Yep, I mean, the perks certainly helped. Cash always helps. But I think we were one of the first members of the tribe when it was still just Nikola and Marin. And I remember I met with Marin in Split in July last year. So before tribe was officially up and running. And basically everything they promised then, it was, I wouldn't say given to us, but from the product, from connection with investors, from Nikola vouching for our current investors that we are a actual company, actual product, not just a pretty website. And I mean, through the tribe and reviewing our product, especially the engineering, the support part of the team, huge shout out to the self-service support Infobip team, if anybody's here from that team. But we have like a big red button that we can press anytime anything doesn't work or we don't know, and they will phone us back in, I would say, in 3 in the morning. If we phone them back, we would get an answer.
That's great. Lea, do you have any words of praise?
For the startup tribe.
Yeah, but in general, like also the challenges that you have faced so far, like in general, not in regards to the programs.
Through other programs than here.
In general, like as a startup.
So basically, I strongly believe, first, I think now in Croatia, there are like good programs that as a beginner you could start to learn basics, and sometimes I wish I started doing them earlier before I even start developing my product. But basically, I think these kind of programs can offer you visibility, networking, experience, that somebody can share with you, but at the end I think it all comes back to you and you have to make most of it. So even though maybe you sometimes think that it's very quiet and not going maybe in a way you would, that at the end if you come back to those people, especially now in the tribe here in Infobip, that they will do whatever you will do whatever you can to help, and this is something that I appreciate a lot. I have only good experience with Infobip Startup Tribe.
Thank you.
Really,
and Izo, how do you think programs like these would have helped Infobip in its early days? Or accelerate as incubators, Peric programs, everything?
Yes, first of all, thank you for the kind words. It's really, I'm happy to hear it. I think it will help, of course, Infobip in spreading our services, but it's not only about helping Infobip. I would say it's a lot more about building whole this community and bringing this IT hype that's happening worldwide. Really make it close. It's as we can see, it's happening right now here. A lot of different companies, startup investors. I think it's really important to provide to all those people the opportunity to show their ideas, to pitch their ideas. There is no any need to go anywhere else out of the Croatia or region. We can be here, enjoy the best possible things that we have here, and create great companies here. And this is the main point, I believe.
So what do you think Infobip would have needed back in the day, like specifically?
Sorry?
Infobip, what would have needed specifically back in the day?
Specific feedback.
No, specifically, like from these programs.
What would be Infobip specifically have?
No,
by
no.
this
What
program?
would Infobip have specifically needed from programs like these? Yeah. Tough question.
Good question. It depends how you think about it. I can imagine. Thank you. I can imagine that even in the early days, how much would be of help to have something like this, in our 2003, 2005, 4, 6. It would help us avoid a lot of mistakes that we made and waste really too many time on some things that could not work. So I think having the ability to be aware of all those mistakes and right things, but of course always having your own way and keeping straight to it makes really good for a long-term thing.
Okay, thank you. So, we know startup programs are great, but startup life is full of roller coasters, and now it's not always rainbows and, coincidentally, unicorns. So, what are the biggest challenges that you, as a startup, are facing right now? Except for funding, maybe. But you can mention funding as well.
Can I just quote Izo? It's for us, first of all, for me at a certain point where we were growing was assembling the team. Because as a startup, you don't have a mountain of cash, so you need to find people with a similar mindset who will embark along with you in that journey.
How difficult that is, do you think?
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, trust is vital here.
So what are the main ways, do you think, to find people like that?
What
The
are
easiest ways to find people like that? And maybe you can give some suggestions to the other startups.
Yeah, you just meet a lot of people. And the best way to have a good idea is to have a lot of ideas. It's the same with people. The stronger, the bigger your network is, the more you're likely to find somebody that fits the profile of the employee or team member that you currently need.
So you heard it from Nikola. It's networking. So make sure to do that after this panel. And Lea, what were your challenges?
Well, actually, when I just had an idea, I thought that the biggest challenge will be to find money to develop that idea to come to life. Then that was easy. So next stage was, okay, now you have to build the product. So that's challenging, how to make it a good product, different from the ones that are already on the market, with good UX and so on. Then that was also done. I think that every next stage is a new challenge that you have to pass, and you just put it behind and forgot everything that was happening on it, because there were really ups and downs, a lot of them. But the persistence you have will bring you to I hope to your goal. So I think the biggest challenge for me now is my stage now. As I said earlier, now you have to find a product, a good market, good. I have to put my product on the market, and find users and everything. So basically, I have a constant feeling that I'm one step away from success and one step away from losing everything. So this is very nerve-wracking for me at the moment. But I believe each just to do your best every day, and then at the end, the successful, I hope, show. So
Yeah,
this
I
is the most
agree.
challenging.
Yeah, so what do you guys say to that? Do you have any other comments? Do you feel the same, or did you feel the same?
Absolutely. Even listening those things, actually, things do not change so much, There is
Yeah.
always an issue. You always have to take
Always the
care
same
about
problems.
money, You're always building some product that always somehow needs to take off. You always have to do some validation. So the things are pretty similar most of the time.
This is what I said. So each stage is another like nerve-wracking point where
Milestone,
that
yeah.
you have to pass. But I think it's very important to be very happy when you passed it and enjoy it. So enjoy the success that you did, even if it's a very small step that you made. So.
Nikola, you?
Yeah, I mean, uh, you just balance every day, every week between euphoria and despair. And nothing really in between. No, but it's natural. I think if you're very comfortable where you currently are as a startup, as a founder, then you're not really pushing yourself to be the best self, and that's one of the challenges I also didn't think of was leading the team. If I give 90%, 70% of myself, that will easily, we're a small, tightly knitted team, and that will easily translate to the rest of the team. So making sure you're giving really the 100% all the time and translating this to the team also, I wouldn't say it's nerve-wracking, but it drains a lot of resources.
I would just like to say one more thing regarding these kind of events for the startupper, especially a beginner. So as I mentioned before, I was totally out of startup world. I was working in a hotel industry, and I just had an idea, wanted to bring it to life. And I remember last year when I first time came here, I was overwhelmed with everything, with the stories that people were telling, with the people that I met at that point. And I remember whole year in me was there was this kind of feeling that I wanted to be part of this world. So sometimes even if there were really roller coasters, as you said, in the last year, and even when I was thinking maybe, okay, it would be easier to go back to the life that I was and work that I was doing before, it will be much easier and everything. I wanted to so desperately be a part of this world because it's something you cannot compare to anything else that you do in life. Like all the other businesses, the hotel industry, or I don't know, my family owns restaurants. It's totally different. All the rules are different, and it's very inspiring being here. And this is why these kind of events are important for startuppers, especially the beginners, to see this.
Yeah, I agree. I think like startup communities are like a special type of a community.
Yes.
You can't get that feel anywhere else.
Nowhere else. I don't know how to explain it, especially not in English, but it's but it's really a feeling of you belong here. You want this, and you just push forward every day, and you don't want to quit. You don't want to go out of that, especially because of these kind of events.
Isa, do you still feel like a part of that community?
I would say yes, although the things have been changed a lot. Since 2006, there was no startup communities, at least here at that time. However, now I really enjoy to be here with all those people and seeing that things are really moving forward. I'm really happy to hear stories like this.
We accept you, Isa, into our community.
Okay, thanks guys. We have just I think enough time for one more question, or maybe two. Since we have a lot of startups in the audience, do you have any special tricks and tips for them?
Always assume you are wrong.
Okay.
No, just kidding. I mean, the big part of the journey is pitching to investors, to programs like Infobip, to, I don't know, Y Combinator, all sorts of funds, mentors, everything. And everybody will have feedback on your product. They will say, okay, this part is good, you build on this part is bullshit, ditch it. And in the end, it was like that for me, you will just get tangled, you know, okay, who said what? So maybe steering firmly and remaining the focus and not getting discouraged because everybody has a different perspective on what you're doing, what's the need in the market, what are your USPs, etc. And when you hear a lot of feedback, you need to compartmentalize it in your head and then decide, okay, what's worth, what will I accept and implement, and what will I maybe just think about it or discard.
Yeah, because at the end you can't please everyone, right?
Yep.
So, Lea, you? And
I would agree with Nikola, definitely. And also, I don't know, persistence. I think this is also a key. Every day every day you have to read about something, even if it's not directly connected to what you do, and talk to people, and every day do something about the product that you are developing, because at the end, some of these knowledge and network that you manage to have in this period will make worth. So you will get an idea what to do with your program. You can always pivot, you can always go in a different direction, and that's it. For me, I think it's persistence, just every day, and I don't know. I still didn't manage to reach the success. Hopefully I will.
I will sound like my mom probably, but I think it's really important to make sure you stay healthy. It can be exhausting. There can be really periods of time where you cannot do anything but take care of your health, because you need your body to bring you through this adventure.
So thank you, everyone. I think it's been a great panel, a great session. Please, everyone, give a round of applause for our guests. And yeah, now we're up to the second session. So.